Senator Weiler, do you want a personal privilege?
Yes, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
I have with me Jacob Torres. He's a student at BYU Law School. He actually, most of you voted for my digital fingerprinting bill. He actually helped me amend that bill. His family's from Mexico, and make it a better bill. So I just wanted to give him a warm welcome to the Senate.
Let's welcome him to the Senate. Thank you. Good to have you here today. We have communications from the House.
Mr. President, the House substituted and passed fourth substitute Senate Bill 121, car sharing amendments by Senator McCall. The House substituted and passed second substitute Senate Bill 124, law enforcement officer amendments by Senator Escamilla. The House substituted and passed second substitute Senate Bill 133, modifications to Medicaid coverage by Senator Harper. And the House substituted and passed fourth substitute Senate Bill 185, transportation amendments by Senator Harper. These have been transmitted back to the Senate for further consideration.
Thank you. These bills will be placed in the order read at the bottom of the concurrence calendar. Senator Fillmore for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I neglected to substitute a bill that needed a coordinating clause. So I'd like to make a motion that we reconsider our actions on House Bill 364. I voted on the prevailing side.
Do you have the short title on that, or do we have that anywhere?
Housing.
So we have a motion. I've got it here. Motion is to reconsider our actions on fourth substitute House Bill 364, housing and affordability amendments. Do we have discussion to that? Seeing none, I'll place. Okay, I'm going to not recognize that motion. I'm going to have you make a motion that you suspend the rules to reconsider our action.
Okay.
You have to do that.
Yeah, thank you. I make a motion that we suspend the rules to reconsider our actions on fourth substitute House Bill 364, housing affordability amendments.
Thank you. Motion to suspend the rules. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll that motion passes. Now a motion to reconsider action.
Okay. Move to reconsider our action on fourth substitute House Bill 364, housing affordability amendments.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Roll that motion passes. I believe that bill may be in process to the House, but we have it? Okay, then if we have that bill, I'll just go ahead and put it on the top of the second reading calendar. Didn't know we had that in our possession, but we do. So let's go to the third reading calendar. We can just leave that bill there. House Bill 107, we're on the third reading calendar.
House Bill 107, Concealed Weapons Permit Fee Amendments. Senator Johnson.
Senator Vickers.
Motion to circle.
Motion to circle. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Roll that motion passes. The bill is circled. Third substitute House Bill 248.
Third substitute House Bill 248, Mental Health Services for Adults. Senator Bramble.
Senator Bramble.
Move to circle.
Motion to circle. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Roll that motion passes. The bill is circled. First substitute House Joint Resolution 8.
First substitute House Joint Resolution 8, Joint Resolution for Fertility Preservation Coverage. Senator McKell.
Senator Vickers.
Motion to circle.
Motion to circle. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Roll the motion passes. The bill is circled. Senator Bramble.
Thank you. Move to encircle third substitute House Bill 248.
Thank you. Motion to encircle third substitute House Bill 248. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Roll the motion passes. The bill is encircled. Senator Bramble.
This bill amends provisions related to mental health services for adults. Specifically, requires the Department of Health and Human Services to create a long-term statewide assertive community treatment ACT team plan, modifies a grant program for development of ACT teams, and requires the department to report to Health and Human Services regarding the long-term team plan and grant program. Open to questions.
Thank you, Senator Bramble, for the presentation. You do have an amendment on the bill. Do you want to run that amendment?
The amendment's on the fiscal note, so yeah, we need to move the amendment.
I thought we might, so go ahead, I'll take a motion to amend. It's Amendment 1 in your name. It actually changes the fiscal note slightly from 5 million to 1 million.
Well, that's just a minor immaterial change, but I move the Amendment 1. I make a motion.
Discussion to the Amendment 1, seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed? The relevant motion passes. The bill is amended. Now, further presentation, seeing no further presentation, seeing no action, no other further discussion, going to you for action.
Then, under suspension of the rules, I move that third substitute House Bill 248 as amended pass.
Thank you. And the question is, under suspension of the rules, shall third substitute House Bill 248 pass? Roll call vote. Yep.
Senators Anderegg, Lewin, Bramble, Buxton, Cullimore, Escamilla, Fillmore, Grover, Harper, Hinkins, Ipson, Johnson, Kennedy, Kwan, McKay, McKell, Milner, Owens, Pitcher, Plum, Reeby, Sandel, Stevenson, Thatcher, Vickers, Weiler, Wilson, Winterton, Senator Winterton, President Adams.
Aye. Third substitute House Bill 248, having received 23 yea votes, 0 nay votes, 6 being absent, passes this body and will be returned to the House for further consideration. Senator McKell.
Motion to encircle, and that would be first substitute House Joint Resolution 8.
Motion to encircle for House. What I show is motion to encircle first substitute House Joint Resolution 8. All in favor say aye. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Or will the motion passes? The bill is encircled. Senator McKell.
Thank you, Mr. President. This deals with just fertility preservation. This is resolution urging PHP to do this. This involves people with cancers, and that's what the bill does. It is supported by PHP. It's a great bill, and with that, I'm open for questions.
Thank you. Senator Vickers to the bill.
Thank you, Mr. President. I apologize. I had some discussion about this bill, so help me understand. So the state is paying for taking eggs and storing eggs from a female. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So the state through the PHP fund, and this is something PHP is asking for. It's fairly inexpensive. So if somebody's got cancer, and you'll see an age range in the bill, this bill would authorize PHP to cover freezing eggs or sperm.
Thank you. Further discussion, Senator Vickers?
I'll pass. Thanks.
Thank you. Senator Escamilla.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is truly a great bill, and we already do this, and many of the insurance carriers are working in really protecting many of these individuals that, because of a very serious medical condition such as cancer, they have to have this surgical procedures to preserve their ability and their fertility and the possibility for them to have a family. So it's a very unique population, and it will protect equally both female and male patients. And we have passed legislation to do it also for Medicaid and others. So this just makes sense that our own insurance coverage does that, and it's a life-changing opportunity for many families. And I will be supporting this bill. Thank you.
Thank you for that discussion. Senator McKell, I'm not seeing any further discussion. To you for action.
Thank you. And just in sum, I think this is a great bill, and I appreciate the questions and comments. You'll see the fiscal note is fairly low. It's not something that's very expensive, but it is extremely important. And with that, Mr. President, I would move that first substitute House Joint Resolution 8 pass.
Thank you. And the question is, shall first substitute House Joint Resolution 8 pass? Roll call vote.
Senators Anderegg, Lewin, Bramble, Buxton, Cullimore, Escamilla, Fillmore, Grover, Harper, Hinkins, Ibsen, Johnson, Kennedy, Kwan, McKay, McKell, Milner, Owens, Pitcher, Plum, Reby, Sandel, Stevenson, Thatcher, Vickers, Weiler, Wilson, Winterton, President Adams.
Aye. First substitute House Joint Resolution 8, having received 21 yea votes, 5 nay votes, 3 being absent, passes this body, will be signed by the President and returned to the House for the signature of the Speaker. I think that was Senator Reby for a personal privilege.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today with me I have Abigail Slama Katran, who I first met 6 years ago at the State Office of Education because she had won the EPA Presidential Award because she had invented a bionic scarecrow. Today she's with us because she was one of the Special Olympic allies, and she's a senior at Hillcrest High. So please welcome Abigail to the floor.
Abigail, stand up. Let's welcome you to the Senate. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Senator
Thank
Reby. I think that completes our work for the morning. Don't see anybody up for an announcement. I'm going to go to Senator Vickers for some, or Senator Cullimore, do you have any announcements? Okay. Senator Vickers for announcements and a motion. Senator Vickers, any announcements and a motion to recess?
Motion to recess until 2 p.m.
I think we have a motion to recess until 2 p.m. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Roll that motion passes. The Senate is in recess.